In a world where fame and fortune seem to go hand in hand, there are some celebrities who choose a surprisingly simple lifestyle. This video will explore how some of the most successful and wealthy figures in Hollywood choose to live humbly despite their riches. From movie stars to entertainment moguls, you'll get the details on how these people choose to lead a modest life away from the glamour that's expected of them. Join us on this journey from the simplest mansions to the most practical cars that these celebrities own. Number 1. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, known for his kindness and generosity, is one of the most surprising examples of celebrities who prefer humility over extravagance. Despite having a net worth that exceeds $380 million, Reeves lives incredibly modestly. Instead of surrounding himself with luxuries, he chooses to live in a simple apartment in Los Angeles and drive a Honda Accord, a car that doesn't reflect the fortune he's amassed from his successful film career. Keanu's wealth doesn't define him. His character is simple and resilient. He avoids Hollywood's extravagance. Raised by a single mother and facing various challenges since childhood, his character was shaped by simplicity and resilience. These early experiences seem to have influenced his decision not to get caught up in the extravagant lifestyle that many of his Hollywood colleagues embrace. One of the most surprising aspects of his life is his generosity. Reeves has donated millions of dollars to children's hospitals and charities, often without seeking any kind of recognition. He is known for donating a significant portion of his earnings from the Matrix franchise to the film's crew, making sure they received fair compensation for their work. In addition, he owns Arch Motorcycle, a company that specializes in producing custom motorcycles. Reflecting his passion for motorcycles, but without flaunting this hobby in an extravagant way, Keanu has been seen several times riding his bike through the streets of Los Angeles without escorts or unnecessary luxuries. Keanu's modesty isn't just limited to his lifestyle. In 2014, while waiting to enter his own premiere party for the movie Daughter of God, he was seen calmly waiting in the rain, not trying to use his fame to get into the event right away. Even when the doorman didn't recognize him, Reeves simply waited for his friends to arrive, showing none of the impatience or arrogance you might expect from a star of his caliber. Keanu is also known for his willingness to interact with fans in a simple and natural way. He often takes pictures with strangers and has been seen riding the subway like anyone else, which strongly contrasts with the image many celebrities have. Keanu Reeves' life is a clear example of how wealth and fame don't necessarily have to translate into an extravagant lifestyle. His modest approach and generosity have made him a beloved figure to many, not just for his talent on screen, but also for his humble and genuine character. Without a doubt, Keanu shows that it's possible to have it all and still choose a simple life focused on what really matters. Number 2. Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence, an Oscar-winning actress known worldwide for her talent in movies like The Hunger Games and Silver Linings Playbook, is also an example of how a celebrity can maintain a simple life. Despite having an estimated fortune of $160 million over the years, Lawrence has shown that fame and money haven't changed her humble character and modest lifestyle. Despite having an estimated fortune of $160 million over the years, Lawrence has proven that fame and money have not changed her humble character and modest lifestyle. Although she could live in a mansion full of luxuries, Jennifer lived for a long time in a modest two-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles. Even after achieving worldwide success, this residence stood in stark contrast to the extravagant lifestyle that many celebrities of her level usually lead. When she finally decided to move to a bigger house in Beverly Hills, she didn't go for an overly flashy property, but rather a home that had previously belonged to Jessica Simpson, which was still relatively modest by Hollywood standards. One of the most famous anecdotes about her humble life has to do with her decision to buy a couch after winning the Oscar. Instead of spending a fortune on a designer piece of furniture like any other star in her category would, Lawrence joked that she bought the most expensive sofa she had ever purchased in her life for $25,000. For many, this amount might seem outrageous, but compared to the spending habits of other celebrities, it was a surprisingly moderate gesture. In addition to her choice of homes and furniture, Jennifer Lawrence is also known for her practical approach when it comes to vehicles. While other stars go for luxurious and sporty cars, Lawrence prefers a Volkswagen EOS, a modest vehicle that reflects her down-to-earth personality. Over time, she switched her car for a Chevrolet Volt, a plug-in hybrid that highlights her concern for the environment, an important issue for her. Lawrence's laid-back and genuine personality is also reflected in her relationship with fashion. In a world where appearance is everything, Jennifer has no qualms about wearing the same dress to different events, something that for many in Hollywood would be considered a cardinal sin. She has been spotted several times recycling outfits and joking about her carefree attitude towards high fashion trends. In her day-to-day life, she feels more comfortable wearing casual clothes, like hoodies and jeans, instead of the fancy outfits that are often expected from someone of her stature. Her humor and authenticity have also made her stand out in awkward moments at important events. For example, on 2 different occasions during the Oscars, Lawrence had public falls, one of them while going up on stage to accept her award. Instead of trying to hide her embarrassment, Lawrence laughed at herself, winning even more affection from the audience. In addition to her modest lifestyle, Jennifer Lawrence is known for her generosity and commitment to various charitable causes. She founded the Jennifer Lawrence Foundation, which supports organizations like the Boys and Girls Clubs of America and Special Olympics. Her active involvement in gender equality causes has also been remarkable, using her platform to call out pay disparities in Hollywood and fight for greater equity. Jennifer Lawrence is not just a talented star, but also an inspiring example of how it's possible to stay grounded and live simply, even when you have millions of dollars at your disposal. Number 3. Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the most iconic actors of his generation, is known for his success in movies like Titanic, The Revenant, and The Wolf of Wall Street. Despite his impressive career and an estimated net worth of over $300 million, DiCaprio has chosen a surprisingly modest lifestyle, with a particular focus on sustainability and respect for the environment. One of the most notable aspects of DiCaprio's life is his commitment to environmental causes. DiCaprio invests his wealth in environmental initiatives. He owns a Belize island, turning it into a self-sustainable eco-resort. DiCaprio has donated millions to fight climate change. Although it owns a private island in Belize, its primary purpose is to turn it into a completely self-sustaining eco-resort as part of its effort to promote environmentally responsible practices. Throughout his career, DiCaprio has donated millions of dollars to various organizations fighting against climate change and supporting wildlife conservation. He has also invested in green technologies like electric cars and renewable energy, showing that it's possible to be one of Hollywood's biggest stars, while also being an active advocate for the planet. When it comes to his personal life, DiCaprio lives much more discreetly than you would expect from someone of his status. Even though he owns several properties, including houses in Los Angeles and New York, none of them are overly flashy. In fact, he's known for selling some of his properties and donating the profits to charitable causes. Also, instead of driving flashy, luxury sports cars, he prefers eco-friendly vehicles like the Tesla, which aligns his modest lifestyle with his commitment to the environment. Over the years, DiCaprio has shown that his fame and wealth haven't distanced him from his core values. He's often seen wearing simple, comfortable clothes, steering clear of the excess glamour that many celebrities are known for. His focus on sustainability is not just reflected in his personal life, but also in his work as a producer of documentaries about climate change and other environmental issues, using his platform to educate and raise awareness among the public. A standout aspect of his lifestyle is his relationship with nature. DiCaprio has been spotted numerous times enjoying outdoor activities like hiking and diving, showing his love for the planet. Additionally, his foundation, the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, has raised over $80 million to support global conservation and sustainability initiatives. Leonardo DiCaprio is an example of how it's possible to achieve success and wealth in Hollywood without losing sight of what really matters. His dedication to protecting the environment and his modest lifestyle have made him a role model both on and off the screen. Number 4. Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson, known worldwide for his role as Edward Cullen in the Twilight Saga, is another example of a Hollywood star who has chosen a surprisingly modest lifestyle. Despite his success and an estimated fortune of over $100 million, Pattinson has kept a low profile in both his personal life and professional choices. After the success of Twilight, instead of going for extravagance and luxury, Pattinson chose to live in a rented house in Hollywood, which many described as a converted junkyard. This small residence, far from the expected glamour, didn't have the amenities you might expect for someone of his status, like a broken jacuzzi or a pool that looked more like a pond. But Pattinson, always puzzling and unconventional, enjoyed this space because it provided him with the privacy and tranquility he valued so much. Over the years, the actor has shown that he has no interest in following the footsteps of other stars who invest in mansions or luxury car collections. In fact, one of the most charming stories about his modest life is that he still drives a 2001 Chevy Silverado, a vehicle he purchased for $2,100. This car is a testament to how Pattinson has not let fame and wealth change his simple, unassuming lifestyle. Instead of spending his fortune on luxurious properties, Pattinson is known for choosing small, modest homes that allow him to escape the spotlight. Even when he decided to buy a house in Hollywood, he went for a mini Spanish-style mansion, which was much less expensive than the properties of other actors in his league. This choice of lifestyle reflects his carefree character, someone who values simplicity and privacy more than luxury and ostentation. His personal style is also a reflection of his modest life. He is often seen wearing mismatched, casual outfits such as beanies, old t-shirts, and unbuttoned shirts, a combination that looks as if he got dressed in the dark. While other stars have stylists at their disposal, Pattinson seems content to just wake up and put on whatever he finds. In fact, he's known to wear the same clothes repeatedly, sometimes for days on end, which stands in stark contrast to the polished and put-together image of other Hollywood actors. Additionally, throughout his career, Pattinson has made professional choices that reflect his desire to step away from the mainstream. After the success of Twilight, instead of continuing to star in blockbuster films, he chose to work on smaller, less commercial projects, showing his interest in telling deeper, more artistic stories. Robert Pattinson is a clear example of how you can be one of the biggest stars in the world and still lead a modest, unpretentious life. His rejection of Hollywood glamour and his preference for a simpler lifestyle have made him a unique figure in the industry. With a genuine approach to his life and career, Pattinson has shown that he doesn't need the shine and glamour of Hollywood to feel satisfied. Instead, he values authenticity and privacy above all. Number 5. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds, famous for his role in Deadpool and other box office hits, has an estimated fortune of $350 million. Despite his considerable wealth, Reynolds has maintained a surprisingly modest lifestyle, standing out for his sense of humor and relaxed approach to fame and money. One of the most notable aspects of Reynolds' life is that, despite being one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, he hasn't fallen into the traps of excessive luxury. He lives in a cozy 3-bedroom house in Bedford, New York, which he bought for $23 million along with his wife, the also famous actress Blake Lively. Although the price might seem high compared to the extravagant mansions of other celebrities, this property is relatively modest. His home is more of a family retreat than a celebrity residence, and Reynolds has said he's happier when he's at home with his family. In addition to his housing choice, Reynolds has also demonstrated a moderate approach toward automobiles. While many stars at his level go for sports cars or luxury vehicles, he's content driving a family SUV. This pragmatic approach also reflects his overall attitude toward life and his sense of humor, which comes through in his interviews and social media posts, where he doesn't hesitate to joke about himself and his everyday life. His modest lifestyle isn't the only thing that sets him apart from other stars. Reynolds is known for his generosity and commitment to charitable causes. Along with his wife, he has donated millions of dollars to various organizations, including those that support food banks and indigenous communities in Canada, as well as global relief efforts during the COVID-19 pandemic. What's remarkable about his philanthropy is that Reynolds doesn't seek public recognition. He simply does it because he believes it's the right thing to do. Reynolds' life is marked by his ability to balance professional success with a humble attitude. Despite his successful film career and selling his stake in Aviation Gin for $610 million, he remains approachable and humorous. His Mint Mobile ads, where he jokes about spending only $35 on production, exemplify his connection with the audience, contrasting with typical million-dollar commercials. His advertising campaigns for Mint Mobile, a company he also has a stake in, are a perfect example of how he uses his humor to connect with the audience. At one point, he joked about how they managed to keep production costs low for an ad by spending only $35 to make it, which is a stark contrast to the million-dollar commercials that other brands usually produce. Ryan Reynolds is a Hollywood star who has managed to find a balance between success and humility. His simple life, generosity, and sense of humor make him not just a successful celebrity, but also someone many admire for his authenticity and laid-back approach to life. While other celebrities worry about luxury and extravagance, Reynolds prefers to enjoy the simple pleasures, like spending time with his family and making the world laugh. Number 6. Sarah Jessica Parker. Sarah Jessica Parker, known for her iconic role as Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City, is another Hollywood star who surprises with her modest lifestyle, despite having a fortune of over $100 million. Even though her character on the show is synonymous with glamour and fashion, Parker's real life is much more understated and practical. Parker loves thrift shopping, finding treasures and blending practicality with elegance. While many of her Hollywood peers spend thousands of dollars on designer clothes, Parker enjoys hunting for treasures in thrift stores, mixing vintage garments with high-end pieces in her wardrobe. Her personal style is a unique blend that reflects her ability to combine the practical with the elegant without spending a fortune. Despite having the resources to live in a mansion in the most exclusive areas of New York, Sarah Jessica Parker and her husband Matthew Broderick live in a modest house in the West Village, one of the most charming areas of the city. But far from being ostentatious, her home reflects her desire to lead a life more connected to her roots and family values, rather than succumbing to the pressure of living in the luxury that characterizes so many other stars of her stature. In addition to her modest approach to fashion and housing, Parker is also known for her dedication to her kids and her desire to teach them the value of hard work and gratitude. In interviews, she has mentioned that she prefers to take her kids to the park rather than buy them extravagant gifts, emphasizing the importance of experiences over material possessions. Her relationship with fame is also notably different from that of many other celebrities. Even though she has reached a level of success that would allow her to retire comfortably, Parker continues to work hard both in her acting career and in her business ventures. She has launched her own line of shoes and clothing, SJP, which reflects her personal style without the pomp and circumstance you might expect from someone of her profile. In short, Sarah Jessica Parker shows that it's possible to be a Hollywood star without living surrounded by unnecessary luxuries. With her practical approach to fashion, her modest lifestyle, and her dedication to family, Parker is an example of how to balance success with humility and simplicity. While other stars focus on accumulating wealth and material possessions, Parker prefers to concentrate on what really matters: family, experiences, and enjoying the little things in life. Number 7. Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher, known for his role in that 70s show and movies like The Butterfly Effect, is a fascinating example of a celebrity who, despite having a fortune of over $330 million, has chosen to lead a surprisingly modest life focused on hard work and humility. Kutcher isn't just a successful actor. He's also a savvy investor in several tech companies, which has exponentially increased his fortune. However, over the years, he has shown that money doesn't define his lifestyle or his values. Ashton has invested in companies like Airbnb, Uber, and Spotify, significantly multiplying his income. But instead of spending his money on luxury items, he has preferred to maintain a simple lifestyle. One of the most revealing anecdotes about his character has to do with his early days in New York, when, despite his rising fame, he mistook the VIP area at the Prince for a regular section and tried to strike up a conversation with a music legend, not realizing where he was. Kutcher, born in Iowa, has talked several times about his humble beginnings and how those formative experiences have shaped his character. Before achieving success, he worked in modest jobs and faced several personal challenges, including family issues. 1. His adolescence was marked by economic instability, and these experiences helped him appreciate the little things and not get swept up in the flashy lifestyle that many in Hollywood embrace. One of the most surprising decisions of his life was to keep his old Chevy Impala for years, even though he could afford any luxury car. This decision not only reflects his practical approach, but also his desire to stay connected to his roots and not give in to the pressure of flaunting wealth through material possessions. Ashton prefers to focus his energy on building a legacy through his work and investments, rather than on ostentation. In his personal life, Ashton has also maintained a modest approach. Together with his wife Mila Kunis, he has chosen to raise their kids simply, away from the glamour of Hollywood. In fact, the couple has been spotted several times shopping at local stores and taking their kids to the park, which might seem unusual for people of their status. Despite their enormous success and wealth, Kutcher and Kunis have chosen to prioritize family life over luxury and extravagance. Besides his personal and professional life, Ashton Kutcher is also known for his generosity. He has donated millions to causes related to children's health and education, and he has been a strong advocate for the rights of children and women. Through his Thorn Foundation, which fights against online child exploitation, Kutcher has shown that success isn't just about money, but about the positive impact one can have on the world. Ultimately, Ashton Kutcher is an example of how one can have great wealth and success, but still maintain a simple, modest, and down-to-earth life. His focus on family values, his desire to make a difference in the world, and his innate humility have made him an inspiring figure both on and off the screen. While others choose to live in mansions and drive sports cars, Kutcher shows that true value lies in experiences and the legacy you leave behind, not in material possessions. Number 8. Hilary Swank. Hilary Swank, a two-time Oscar winner for her roles in Boys Don't Cry and $1 Million Baby, is another star who has chosen a modest lifestyle despite her considerable fortune. With an estimated net worth of over $40 million, Hilary Swank could easily live surrounded by luxury, but she has chosen to maintain a simple life connected to her humble roots. Born in Nebraska, Swank grew up in a trailer and had a childhood marked by economic instability. This early experience had a profound impact on her worldview and her relationship with money. Despite having found success in Hollywood, Swank has never forgotten her origins and has, in fact, spoken openly about how these experiences have shaped her, helping her to stay grounded and not get carried away by the glamour of the film industry. After moving to Los Angeles with her mom to pursue her acting career, Swank lived in her car for a while, an experience that strengthened her determination to succeed. Today, despite her status as one of the most respected actresses in Hollywood, Swank continues to maintain a modest approach in her daily life. She has been spotted numerous times doing her shopping at local supermarkets and enjoying simple activities like hiking. One of Swank's most notable characteristics is her dedication to her roles, which reflects her practical and humble approach to life. For her role in Million Dollar Baby, for example, she trained intensely for months, gaining 19 pounds of muscle and adopting a strict diet to transform her body into that of a professional boxer. This level of dedication not only helped her win an Oscar, but it also showcases her work ethic and her ability to commit to her goals without getting dazzled by fame or money. In addition to her acting career, Swank is also an active philanthropist. She has generously donated to various causes, including those that support war veterans and animals. Swank is a strong advocate for animal rights and has worked with several charities to promote animal welfare. His focus on philanthropy is another example of how he has decided to use his success to have a positive impact on the world, rather than simply enjoying the luxuries his status could provide him. Swank has also mentioned in several interviews that fame and success don't define her, and she prefers to focus on what really matters: personal connections, family, and meaningful work. This attitude stands in stark contrast to many other stars of her stature, who often focus on accumulating material possessions or living a life of luxury. Hilary Swank is an inspiring example of how you can achieve success in Hollywood without losing sight of the core values of humility, hard work, and gratitude. Despite her wealth and fame, Swank remains the same down-to-earth person connected to her roots that she has always been. Her modest approach to life, combined with her dedication to important causes, makes her an admired figure both inside and outside the film industry. Number 9. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt, one of the most recognized and successful actors in Hollywood, has a net worth of over $300 million. However, despite his immense wealth, Pitt has shown that he's not interested in excessive luxuries and has opted for a relatively modest lifestyle, especially in recent years. After a series of significant personal changes throughout his career, he has kept a low profile regarding his properties and financial decisions, focusing more on his work, family, and philanthropic activities. One of the most interesting aspects of Brad Pitt's life is his relationship with architecture and design. Even though he could invest in flashy mansions, Pitt has chosen projects that he's passionate about, like renovating historic properties. He has a deep admiration for design and construction and has worked on the restoration of several buildings in his free time. This hobby reflects his inclination towards aesthetic value and art, rather than seeking luxury for luxury's sake. In terms of vehicles, Pitt has also proven to be quite modest. Even though he's a motorcycle enthusiast, he prefers to ride classic and functional models instead of flashy modern sports cars. He's often been seen riding bikes like the Ducati, but what sets him apart from other celebrities is his practical approach to his purchases, choosing vehicles that reflect his personal style instead of flaunting his wealth. In addition to his acting career, Brad Pitt has been actively involved in various charitable causes. One of the most notable is his Make It Right Foundation, which works on building sustainable homes for the victims of Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans. Through this foundation, Pitt has channeled a large part of his fortune to help those in need, prioritizing philanthropy over personal luxuries. This commitment to sustainability and social impact shows that, despite his fame, Pitt has a deep social awareness, a desire to give back to the community. When it comes to his family life, especially after his split from Angelina Jolie, Pitt has taken a more reserved approach and has prioritized his time with his kids. He's often been seen enjoying simple activities, like taking his kids to sports events or spending time with them at home. This discreet approach to parenting also reflects his desire to give his children a more normal life, away from the excesses of Hollywood. He has often been seen enjoying simple activities, such as taking his children to sporting events or spending time with them them at home. This discreet approach to parenting also reflects his desire to give his kids a more normal life away from the excesses of Hollywood. His personal style, both in how he dresses and in his consumption habits, also reflects his modest personality. Unlike other actors who follow the latest fashion trends, Pitt prefers a more casual and relaxed style, wearing simple and functional clothing that suits his practical lifestyle. He's often been seen in jeans and t-shirts, a choice that highlights his desire to stay away from unnecessary glamour. Brad Pitt is an example of how a Hollywood star can achieve global success without getting caught up in the excesses that often come with fame. His passion for design, his commitment to charitable causes, and his modest approach to daily life set him apart as someone who values experiences and social impact more than material luxuries. Despite his wealth, Brad Pitt remains a reserved figure, focused on what really matters: family, philanthropy, and his love for art. Number 10. Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman, one of the most respected and awarded actresses in Hollywood, has amassed a fortune exceeding $250 million. Despite her status as one of the most prominent figures in the film industry, Kidman has chosen to lead a relatively low-key life, away from the excesses of luxury that one might expect from a celebrity of her caliber. Instead of focusing on glamour, Kidman has chosen to prioritize her family and her career, maintaining a balanced and modest life. One of the reasons behind her modest approach is her upbringing. Born in Hawaii but raised in Australia, Kidman grew up in an academic family that valued intellect and hard work more than material luxuries. These values have remained present in her life, and throughout her career, she has shown a remarkable dedication to her work, which has allowed her to stand out without needing to resort to ostentation. When it comes to properties, Nicole Kidman and her husband, country singer Keith Urban, own several houses, but none of them are excessively luxurious compared to the standards of other celebrities. In fact, the couple has chosen to live in a house in Nashville, Tennessee, a city known for its more laid-back vibe, away from the Hollywood lights. This choice of lifestyle reflects her desire to raise her kids in a more normal and peaceful environment, away from the pressures and hustle of Los Angeles. Like her husband, Kidman prefers to lead a simple life. She's been spotted several times shopping at local stores and enjoying family activities like outdoor walks and school events with her daughters. This relaxed attitude towards fame and money is what has helped her stay grounded despite being one of the biggest stars in the world. In addition to her personal life, Kidman has also been involved in numerous charitable causes, using her platform to support initiatives related to children's health, education, and the fight against domestic violence. Since 2001, as a UN Goodwill Ambassador for Women, she has dedicated time and resources to support the rights of women and girls around the world. Her focus on philanthropy is another example of how she has used her success to do good, rather than just focusing on personal enjoyment. When it comes to her personal style, Nicole Kidman is known for her classic elegance and her preference for timeless outfits over fleeting trends. Over the years, she has been praised for her good taste and her ability to balance Hollywood glamour with the simplicity that reflects her humble character. Even though she has access to the best brands and designers, Kidman prefers to choose clothes that provide her comfort and align with her laid-back lifestyle. Nicole Kidman is a perfect example of how a celebrity can maintain a modest approach and stay focused on core values. Despite her great success and wealth, her life in Nashville, her dedication to family, and her philanthropic work have made her an admired figure both on and off the screen. Throughout her career, she has shown that it's possible to balance the glamour of Hollywood with a simple and purposeful life. These multimillionaire celebrities show that true wealth isn't just measured by money, but by how they choose to live their lives with humility and authenticity.